How's everybody doing? Stephen Rosenberg here with Influencer Media Alliance, and I have Brandon with Black Hat Consulting here again. We have some really exciting things to talk to you guys about today. I'll let you sort of introduce what we're going to be discussing and some of the lessons that our audience is going to learn from that.
Yeah, so there's a lot of particulars that a lot of people don't look at, and this comes back to surveys.
Okay.
Topographical surveys, and land surveys. So you have in Austin specifically. This is more of an Austin, situation. There are trees that are heritage trees that you cannot cut down. And if you go in, assuming that you're going to build this massive house on this massive lot, and you cut down a couple trees, you could be in a world of hurt from government regulation.
Right.
Or,
it's
city code enforcement. Yeah.
It's a big deal, right?
Right. You can get fined for that, and that can eat up all your margin real quick if you a couple fines for cutting down some trees.
What do you think the range of that would be?
It's
ballparking.
Yeah, I've heard rumors. I haven't actually had that situation.
Nothing's verified.
I've heard it's in multiple thousands of dollars, $5 and up.
I've heard similar. So
that can eat up your margin really quickly.
Okay.
And then the other piece is just the actual survey. As you get different zoning on properties, the lines move.
Right.
So you go from an SF1 or 2 to an SF6. Those boundaries come in because you're going SF6. It becomes commercial. So you can't build 10 feet, from the property line anymore. You got to be 35 feet away.
Right.
So you got to understand that especially if you're going to switch zoning on a property, what those requirements are. How much spacing you need if you're going to build more than one property on that.
Okay.
But be very cautious of setbacks. Sometimes there has to be drainage situations that you have to incorporate into properties that's going to take up some of your land. Especially if you're doing a multiple house development or something like that, you got to make sure that there's sufficient drainage. You have to make sure there's enough parking. If you don't have enough parking, you're going to get into issues with the city as well. So a lot of people think I can just stick a road in there through the middle. I'm going to build a couple houses and I'm good. Well, you got to have enough parking spots. You got to have drainage. Make sure houses aren't too close together. Depending on what kind of zoning you get. So those surveys are really important, and a lot of people just glance at them and kind of toss them aside.
No, you really need to understand them. That's the point that you're getting at.
Definitely. So I would just say that make sure, especially that if you're going to switch your zoning, that you work with somebody that knows that very well. Get the questions answered. Look at the code enforcement. It's a terrible thing to have to read through, but it's very important for your deal.
Very important, absolutely.
So do your it all comes back to I keep harping on this due diligence, but it's due diligence not only in your financials, but as a looking at the code and the laws for building, tearing down. You got to make sure you're on top of all that, or your real estate career could be pretty short.
Pretty quick, yeah. Measure twice, cut once.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. Why don't you tell people how they can get a hold of you? Yeah,
you can reach me via email at brandon@blackhatci, and that's the letter C, letter I.com. Or you can phone me at 512-233-6650.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.